Today we will discuss the fundamental duties. Indian Constitution, we have a part 4 which is dealing with the fundamental duties. This is very interesting that it is presumed that every duty, every rights have some fundamental duties also. Means right and duties both are the vice versa. Without right, without duty there is no right. It is a very means presupposed notion in every society. Originally, if we see, the Indian Constitution had no fundamental duties from very beginning. No duties were there. It is inserted through the 42nd Amendment 1976, Part 4A, as a newly constituted part. Originally, 10 points were there, 10 types of fundamental duties were inserted in 1976. But later, in 2002, another one was inserted. Now it has become presently there are 11 fundamental duties. Now these duties are the duties of the citizen towards the state. So it is presumed that state has means every citizen has some duty towards the state also, and it is also presupposed that duties and rights are the means reciprocal of each other. I mean supplementary and complementary of each other. If you want some rights, you have to fulfill some duties also. Previously, this concept was not there, and when Indian Constitution was framed on that time, it was based on the International Charter and our constitute various sources. But later, during the 76, when it was inserted, on that time there was nearly 50 types of 50 countries who had the fundamental duties in their constitution. Generally, it has been seen, it has been revealed that communist countries or some means socialist countries, they had, even Japan, China, they had the fundamental duties in their constitution. Even Sri Lanka had the, though it is a very much means it is presumed that not the socialist country or not the communist country, in spite of that they had also the provision of the fundamental duties. So these duties were came in our constitution through the 42nd Amendment 1976, originally on the basis of the Singh Committee report. And this Singh Committee report originally given the 8 points of code about these fundamental duties, but later it became in the form of the 10 fundamental duties. Now, first, it is told in only one section is there, one part consisting only one article. That is Article 51A. Article 51A itself is the part 4A. So Article 50A has the 10, and originally means in the committee report it was 8, and in the constitution it was came into force 10, and after 2002 amendment it became 11. So 11 fundamental duties are there. First duty, it is told that it shall be the duty of every citizen of India. It shall be the duty of every citizen of India, A, to abide by constitution and respect its ideal and institutions and national flag and national anthem. It is very much believed that we have to respect our constitution, we have to follow our constitution, and respect the ideas and the institutions. If constitution and its any idea, there are suppose so many concepts are there: unity, integrity, all of these, fraternity should be followed. National flag should be respected, and national anthem should be respected. So all of these things we have to do. And not only that, there's some National Honor Act is there. Government of India has also passed National Honor Act, where we will see that some punishment has also been provided if you are doing any kind of disrespect to this thing. Now, second is telling that to cherish and follow the noble ideas we inspired the national struggle for freedom. This is also our always keep the awareness about our history, about our glorious history. Not only that, that particularly our national struggle for the freedom. This is to cherish and follow the noble ideas which inspired our national struggle for freedom. Means to cherish means you have to maintain, you have to nurture, you have to develop, you have to make the awareness about those such type of practices which were ideas, those ideas which inspired our national struggle for freedom. Now, third and fourth. Third is that to uphold and protect the sovereignty, unity, and integrity of India. This is a duty of every citizen. As we have seen in a preamble, when preamble was framed, when constitution was framed, on that time preamble was adopted. Preamble is telling it is the means to make the India sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic republic, and to base to all of this justice, equality, fraternity, and equality, liberty, and maintain the fraternity among all, and maintain the unity and integrity among the citizens. In the same way, citizen has also duty towards the nation, toward the state, to uphold and protect this sovereignty, this unity, and this integrity. It is a double side effect. Constitution is telling the state should maintain, and constitution is also telling the citizens should maintain. So this is the uphold and protect the sovereignty, unity, and integrity of India. Next duty is there to defend the country and to render national service when called upon to do so. Means it is one of the, means you may say, military duty type thing, that where you have to always defend your country in the physical sense, and if render the service when called upon to do so, you have to do the duty whenever the nation will ask you, whenever the any kind of national service you have been called for, you have to go. You will find there are many countries who has a compulsory military. Suppose Israel, they have the compulsory military training, such type of thing. You have to provide some part of your life to duty, compulsory to provide the duty. So here compulsory thing is not there. This is the duty, and this is the duty on the part of the citizen, that whenever the nation is called for any kind of national service, you have to provide it. Fifth fundamental duties is that to promote harmony and the spirit of the common brotherhood amongst all the people of India, transcending religious, linguistic, and regional and sectional diversities, to renounce practices of derogatory to the dignity of women. This is to promote the harmony and spirit of common brotherhood. This is a fraternity which is also mentioned in our preamble from the state part. Now, this is the duty of the citizen also to promote and promote the harmony and spirit of common brotherhood amongst all the people of India, from a different religion, linguistic, or religious or sectorial difference. In spite of that, also to renounce means to leave, not to do such type of practices which is derogatory to the dignity of the women. Women protection or women rights has also become one of the duty to every citizen to protect the women dignity and not to do such type of practices which is derogatory to women. Or if to value and preserve the rich heritage of our composite culture. This is to preserve, to value, to respect, preserve the rich heritage of our composite culture, and also to protect and improve the natural environment, including forests, lakes, rivers, and wildlife, and to have compassion for all living creatures. This is also important. We know gradually we'll see in our Indian constitution, so right to environment has been developed by the judiciary, right to create greenery. And whenever 1942nd amendment is also important, it inserted two rights also, two other articles also, right? One important article 48A in our Directive of State Policy, and this 51AG, that is the protect environment duty in our fundamental duties. This is also the impact during the 70s. If you see, there are so many international convention and awareness were there in the international level, regarding the protection of the environment or the living creature, all of these things. Even 1969, there is a 10th IUCN convention was also in New Delhi. The framers, means the committee, were very much this drafting committee of this 42nd amendment. They were very much inspired by this awareness of the constitutional, means environmental rights or the protection of the ecology or our wildlife, all of these things, not only having a comparison of living creature, every living creature. So all of these are the concepts which derive from international principles of the environmental protection in our fundamental duties also. To develop the scientific temper, humanism, and the spirit of inquiry and reform. These are very important fundamental duties for every citizen. To develop a scientific temper, we have to develop a scientific temper, that and a humanism, not only that, humanism also, and the spirit of inquiry and reform. We have to develop the scientific temper, and scientific temper, how it is based, scientific development on the question of the inquiry and reform. We have to always inquire, we have to always think that how to reform our existing. That's why time to time so many old practices has been abolished, that our sati system was abolished, our caste system has been abolished, our untouchability has been abolished, or so many dowry system is almost abolished. So all of these, why? The spirit of inquiry and reform, because scientific temper should be there, no superstition should be there, any kind of superstition. And I is there to safeguard the public property and to abjure violence. Property should be safe, public property, against the public property. So many laws are there. You cannot display or you cannot destroy the family, any kind of public property. It is government, and you cannot promote the violence. You have to prevent the violence. So these all are the duties of the every citizen according to this provision. J, to strive towards the excellence in all sphere of individual and collective activity, and so that the national constantly rises to higher level to endeavor and achievement, to strive towards excellence in all sphere of individuals. This is the collective rights. One type of collective things are telling that to strive the excellence in all sphere of individual, all spheres of individual, you have to strive the excellence and collective activity of the nation constantly. And in this way, the collective activity of the nation will be developed and rises high level and endeavor and achievement of the national level will be also done. So this is the individual spirit which leads towards the national spirit. That thing has been mentioned. As we have seen earlier, that this last provision, which is the 11th, means point K, or you may say the clause K, was inserted through the 86th amendment in 2002. That is the who is the parent or the guardian to provide opportunity, means out of the citizen has a duty, who is the parent or guardian to provide opportunity to all the education opportunity for education to his child, or as the case may be, ward between the age of 6 and 14 years. This is a right to, this is a counterpart of right to education. 2002 86 amendment inserted the article 21A in our fundamental rights. The fundamental rights has given right to education. So one side right to education is there for the children, and if you don't put the means duty towards the parents and the wards, it will become meaningless. So that's why this is a duty of the parents also, or the ward, of for their 6 and 14 years, between the student, means of children of the 6 to 14 age group, to send to the school. So in this way, if you see that this is a comprehensive provision, Article 51A, consisting of 11 fundamental duties for protection of the means duties for the protection of our country, every respect. Thank you.